everybody, and welcome to the channel, Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're going to do something slightly different than I normally do. I'm going to do a pick-a-pile card reading on what is written in the Akashic records about you. I will be shuffling on camera for this reading, and we only have one deck per pile. So basically we have three piles with three different decks that you can choose from. We have pile 1 here with the Thelema tarot deck. We have pile 2 with the Witch's tarot deck. And pile 3 with the Arcanum tarot deck. And so you can pick whichever pile seems to resonate with you the most, whichever one your gut instinct's drawing you towards. You can pick more than one pile. It is possible that there could be some things written about you in more than one reading that would apply to you. That is possible. This is a general reading, so not everything in each of the piles will resonate with everybody who watches. So just to let you guys know that that may happen. We are joined by Marty, the Wonder Cat. You can probably see his little whiskers over here in the corner. I was going to wait until he decided to leave the set, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. So we're just going to go with it, and hopefully he doesn't stomp all over everything in a moment. But right now he's just kind of chilling out there, so we're going to see what happens. Besides the tarot decks, we will be doing our charms and our oracle spheres as well. So you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you can get an answer from. I've never done this kind of reading before. I'm really interested to see what's going to come about with this reading. Hopefully you can find out some really cool things about ourselves and what's written about us in the Akashic records. I would love to take this opportunity to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Also, for my subscribers and people who watch regularly, if you could share the channel with your friends and family, put a link on your social media accounts, that's greatly appreciated. And we just want to thank you very much for doing that for us. Also, if you leave comments in the comments section, I appreciate all of those, and I love hearing you guys' stories and what you guys write in the comments. All of those things help YouTube to decide to share our channel with other people, and it is helping the channel grow, so just thank you in advance for all of those things. We're going to give you some time to reflect on these cards in the piles, and then when you've decided which one to go to watch, there will be timestamps in the description, and we'll see you at your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys are the ones that chose the Thelema Tarot deck. We'll put that over here. Marty has still decided to stay with us, but he is sleeping. So let's hope he doesn't decide to get up and start stomping on everything here. If you missed the intro, I just wanted to let you know that this is what is written about you in the Akashic records. What they have to say about you. Could be a little bit about your past life, your present life, your future in this life, some things that just whatever comes through, whatever happens to channel and seems to be important for us to know at the moment. So we're going to do that. I will be shuffling on camera, which I don't do very often, mostly because I'm kind of slow at it. And I tend to drop cards a lot. I don't know why. I can't ever seem to hold on to them that well. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick whatever cards speak to us here on what is written in the Akashic records. We have the Ace of Cups and the Empress card. Wow, okay. And the Five of Swords. Wow. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about these for a minute. We might pick a few more cards here as well. But what I'm getting from these cards especially is you guys are very sensitive You're possibly empathic, probably so, as a matter of fact. You understand a lot about how the world works, but you don't like to necessarily, you always like to think better of people. Um, you always like to think that things will work out for the better, and that kind of thing. You do have a great intuition. You've built that up over the years, and even in your past lives, you guys have dealt. Your intuition is highly regarded, very important, something that you need to utilize. Even more so if you haven't been utilizing it, is something that is very strong, something that you can utilize very well. Another thing I get is you guys are learning how to fight for what you believe in. That's kind of an important lesson for this life that you're in right now. Because you are so sensitive, you don't tend to fight by nature. You tend to hold back on things a little bit, kind of stay kind of apart from that kind of thing. Um, Marty. But you are learning, and one of the important lessons for you to be learning in this lifetime, one of the things that will help you is to learn how to fight for what you believe in, what you think is important. To fight off injustices or things that you think are wronging people, if you can fight for that to get better and so forth. I really feel like that's something that would be important for you all. Let's see what else, because I feel like we need a few more cards here. Let's see. We also have the Knight of Cups. That goes right along with learning how to fight for things that you feel is important, for things that you're impassioned about, that you really care about, that since you are such a sensitive soul, certain things do affect you. Certain things are definitely something that they affect you in such a way, they affect you emotionally. And so it is important to work on things, to fight for things that you find emotional, that you care about. We also have the Emperor energy, which is really cool. The Emperor is really good at helping with, you guys are very good at being able to tell right from wrong, being able to help settle disputes. So not only are you learning how to fight for what you believe in, but also how to make peace, how to settle problems and disputes. It's something you're very good at. That's why the fighting thing is a little more difficult for you to learn, because you've been able to stay out of a lot of fights due to your intuition, due to your sensitive nature, and also due to your peacemaking ability. But sometimes that doesn't always work. And so it is important to learn how to fight for what you believe in and what you think is important as well. So that is something that I think is important for you guys to know about your personality and about your life, and what you see here. Let's see if there's anything else. I think we're going to get one or two more cards here. And this one right here. And the Hierophant. Okay, that's interesting how you got the Emperor, the Empress, and the Hierophant. That's a really interesting group there, because the Hierophant's all about traditions. It's all about spiritual matters, helping with our higher spiritual life and so forth. And I do feel like you guys are very spiritual in nature. That goes along with your empathic abilities. You might also have a few other spiritual abilities that you use along with your empathic nature, as well as your intuitive nature. You might have some other connections to spirit that you utilize, which is really, really good. I feel like over your past lives and over time, you have built up a connection with spirit that is extremely strong. You very much like tradition, but you also see the importance of change when it comes about, and you're willing to work on change when it needs to be done. but you like to keep the foundations there. You like the foundations of tradition because you know that a lot of foundations, as long as they're strong ones, as long as they're not built on something totally, that just needs to be tore down, because, certain institutions, certain things have been, wrong from the very beginning, and they need to be totally tore down. But you, um, and kind of innately know which traditions should be kept up and which ones need to be changed, or how you can change them to keep them as new traditions. Um, I kind of give an example, like with family get-togethers for different holidays and traditions. Um, you could think of almost any holidays that you might have that family plays a big part in, or that tradition plays a big part in. You have certain rituals you go through, or certain things you do, or you always eat this, or you always do that, or you always go to this one family member's house and you do these certain things. And a lot of times when you grow up, sometimes those traditions need to change a little bit. Family members die off, people move away, you have your own, youngsters that you start having in your family, or other things happen. And sometimes those traditions kind of get changed over time, but some of them persist, and then others change depending on how life changes, how the family changes. It's kind of an organic living thing. And I'm sure you've seen that in your own life. I'm sure you've seen some of these traditions grow. And you guys sometimes will start doing something that you really, really like, and you make it a part of the tradition. That's how traditions start. And that's something that you guys are good at. You're good at knowing how to twist older traditions around to make them new, to make them something that people would want to keep doing, and still have maybe the foundation involved with tradition and with things like that. So you're really good at that kind of thing. That's just kind of something that is just kind of an ability you have, and a lot of people really like you for that, by the way. And it's really a neat ability. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our charms and see what else might show up here, and then we'll also do our oracle spheres. Okay, let's see what else the Akashic records might have to say about you and your life and your purpose and what you're doing here and all those things. Okay, wow. We have young and strong, dream, live in the moment, and the circle of love. Wow. Okay, all of those things, wow. All of those things to me say, and also faith. So your faith is very important. Having faith, no matter what faith it is, it doesn't have to be an organized religion, or if it is an organized religion, you take the best parts of it. But your faith is very important. And like I said, your connection with spirit is something that's very strong. It's very important to you. It's very important in who you are, and what you can give to the world. Okay? Living in the moment is something that you guys might have a little trouble with, because I think you guys have such good insight into the future that sometimes you have trouble being present for the present, being right here. Sometimes you guys have a little trouble with that. You guys are good dreamers. You guys dream things very well. You have a young spirit. Even though you have a very old soul, you know a lot. You've learned a lot in your past lives. You have that connection with spirit. That's a very old intuitive soul. You still are young at heart. You still and actually it's important too. You feel young, but sometimes you're kind of an old nature. Like I said, you have the Hierophant there, where you believe a lot in older traditions and other things like that. And because of that, these symbols kind of show that here as well, with the zodiac signs here. You like things to be balanced. You're good at balancing things. You're good at seeing both sides of issues. You're good at those kinds of things. But sometimes you get so entrenched in that kind of stuff, it's hard for you to live in the moment and be young and carefree and so forth. It is an ability you do have, and you can do so. It's just, I think sometimes you have a little trouble doing so. We do have a couple of energies here that I really like. You have the horse energy here, the unicorn, and the dragon. You also have the magic wand, which I really like, because I really feel like you guys can bring magic to your world. You guys can have a magical ability. Like I said, the fiery passions is very important. It's important to fight for those. That's what the dragon's all about. But also the dream reality of what you would like to see things happen, what you'd like to turn things into, is also very important. That's where the magic wand and the unicorn come in, is I really feel like you guys can take things and work them out for the better. Change them around in such a way that it's young, it's fresh, it's wonderful, it's better than it was before. That's what we were talking about before, about being able to change traditions or change how things are done and so forth. That goes along with that. That's kind of taking really old things, keeping that foundation, but making them new and fresh and different. And that's something that maybe a lot of you didn't know that you could do. But I think that it is something that you can do, and kind of important for you to work on as well. We do have the Star of David, so your faith is very important. Even if you're not Jewish or whatever, that's just a symbol of your faith and how strong your connection with Spirit is. We also have Q, and we have the tennis rackets. The tennis rackets, to me, often denote, in this case, I think it's youthful energy. I think it's being able to get out there and be youthful, be active. If you haven't been all that youthful or thinking of things from that perspective, I think that's something that would be a good idea for you to do, because I think that that is something that could improve your life greatly, if you could start thinking of things a little bit more from a younger perspective, and a more energetic perspective and so forth. All right, let's move on to our oracle spheres and get some answers to our questions here. Basically, how this works is you ask a yes or no type of question. Just any question that you would like an answer to that can get a yes, no, maybe, probable, very likely, those types of answers. Okay, we have several different answers in our ball here, in our wheel. And you pick a stand for your answer to appear on. We have purple, bronze, blue, and green. So you go ahead and pick the stand that you would like your answer to appear on, and then we'll go get our answers. Number 1, purple, is a yes. Number 2, bronze, is also a yes. Wow. Okay. Let's see what else we got going here. Number 3, blue, is a not now. And a number 4, green, is a probable. All right. So number 1, purple, is a yes. Number 2, bronze, is a yes. Number 3, blue, is a not now. And a number 4, green, is a probable. All right, guys. Well, that is what we have for the reading today. I'm sure when we do ones in the future, we might get some other stuff written about you that could be of interest as well. Hopefully you had some messages that you liked that came through for you, and you can maybe even do something with. That would be nice. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up and share in the comment section. Also, don't forget to share our channel with your friends and family. If you put us out on your social media accounts and give them a chance to check out the channel, that would be greatly appreciated, and just thank you so much. Also, check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of topics that might be of interest, so check those out as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And we do put out videos every week, so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pal 2, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the Witch's Tarot. All right, we're going to move that over there. We still have Marty sitting over here, but he's just been laying and chilling, so I think he's just kind of helping us channel messages for the reading, so we're going to hope that he stays like that. We will be doing our tarot cards. We will be shuffling those on camera. We also have our charms and our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to, because we will be doing that later on as well. All right, so let's see what the Akashic records have to say about you. I don't often shuffle on camera. I tend to drop a lot of cards, and it usually takes quite a while. All right, ooh, we have the Ten of Cups. And we also have the Queen of Cups. Wow. And the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, we might get some more cards here in a minute, but let's just talk about these. I do feel like family is very important to you. You work hard, but it's to build the family up. It's to help the family. It's all for the family. Like almost everything you think about doing is family related or family oriented. You care a lot about your family and friends, people that you care about. Money matters to you, but only for what it can give to you for your family, or what you can give to them, or what you can do for them. And this could be anybody that you consider family. Not necessarily the people that, you're raised with, or people that you were born, blood related to. It's whoever you consider family. It's whoever matters to you the most. Almost everything that you do is with them in mind. It is thinking about them. It is to help them and to protect them and to be for them. That's just something that matters probably the most in your life, or one of the things that matters to you the most. Like I said, money is important to you, but only for what it can bring for you and the family. Otherwise, you don't care about it all that much, but you're willing to work hard to get it if necessary. So that's just one of the things there that the Akashic Records like to say about you. They consider that a very important trait of yours, something that's kind of gone on for quite a while. It's something that, quite a few lifetimes, this has been something that's been very important to you. I actually feel like maybe in prior lives, maybe you've had some trouble with that. And that might be one of the reasons why it's so important to you now. That maybe you've had issues with your family. Maybe you were on the outs with them, or actually, yeah, I think that was true for some of your lifetimes. I also think you might have lost your family at an early age, or lost a lot of family members at once in some prior lives. So you had some issues in prior life. So the family is very important to you in this life. It's something that really means something to you. We do have the Hanged Man here. I do feel like maybe some of you guys sometimes don't know how to balance work, and you are very worried about the family in a lot of ways. You worry about them a lot. You also sometimes, believe it or not, I think in past, I do feel like there was this lost in past lives, that you have lost the family in the past, and that was one of the reasons why it's so important to you now. This card here. But we do have the Wheel of the Year here. And I feel like this lifetime, a lot of that hurt and pain and other stuff should be able to work its way more towards the better. Actually, okay, something very strong has come through here. This is not for everybody. This is just for a few of you. A few of you actually had family, lost your family, or had family issues in this lifetime, as well as probable past lifetimes. And that is why the people that you bring into your life now are so important to you. You've been very afraid of losing them. You're very afraid because you did lose, I think you might have lost a parent or both of your parents or some siblings at a very young age. It's not real clear, but I do feel like family that way. You've lost a lot in prior lifetimes for sure, and that is for all of you guys. But some of you guys have had that in this lifetime as well, and that's why family is so important for you. And you often find yourself in a dilemma of how to help them the most or what to do for them. I see that as being something that is an issue for you. Let's see what else. I feel compelled to get another couple of cards here. We do have the Two of Swords. Once again, it's that energy of trying to balance your work life and your family life, because there's the Emperor as well. I think family tends to win over your work life, but I think sometimes you feel like you need to work for them, and you are often in a dilemma about what to do, because you want to spend all your time with your family. You want to spend all the time with them. You want to give them as much love and affection and time and effort and do things with them, but you also know you have to do these other things as well. And making that choice is sometimes really hard for you, I feel like. I think that that's something that, because you do care about them so much. Family is really important to you. You know, you want to look after your family. You want to do things with them. You want to do things for them. And that energy is really strong in you. It's something that is coming through the strongest in the reading. I think the message that kind of wants to get out here a little bit, it's okay to have those thoughts and feelings about family, because you do a good job with that. That is something that whenever you've had trouble with your family in past lives or this life, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't anything you did wrong. It wasn't anything that you could have done better or different or anything like that. And that's an important message, because I think maybe some of you guys might blame yourself or feel like you don't do enough or feel like you could do things better. And what the Akashic Records have to say about that is that you guys do everything in your power, that there really is no better route you guys could do. There is no better choices. There's nothing different that could change the outcomes of things. So that's just something important for you to know. So I just wanted to get that out there for you guys. All right, let's take a look at our charms. Let's see if there's anything else we can say here. We'll also do our Oracle spheres. Okay. We have the number 7, which is a connection to spirit. It's interesting how we have the home sweet home. Once again, family and home. Very important to you. This is strongly coming through in the message. We do have the Taurus the bull. One of the things you notice about Taurus, one of the things that is they're very much oriented towards beautiful things, towards luxurious things, making a home bright, cheerful, livable, happy, that kind of thing. That's important to them. So that's interesting that showed up for you. We have 2 W's and a G. Those might mean something specifically to you guys. They might be initials. They might be beginnings of letters that you could, or beginnings of letters, beginnings of words, that might come to mind when you see those. So I'm going to let you deal with that. Oh, this is interesting too. We have the seahorse here. The seahorse is fascinating to me, because the male seahorses protect the young. They take care of them. They, nurture them. And that's unusual for sea life to do that at all. And it's extremely unusual for the males to do that in most species. So I find that very intriguing that showed up in your reading, since you guys are so home and family oriented, and the seahorses kind of are as well. So that's interesting. I find that. We also have the dragon energy here, which with the bull and the dragons both, Taurus is not a fire energy, but they're still, the bull, and they're still, they would fight for whatever they felt was important. They're bullish, and so will dragons. Dragons are very fiery and passionate. And when you find something that you care about a lot, you will fight for it to your last breath if necessary. It's something that's innately in you. It's something that nobody can really tug away there a little bit. We also have the Two of Diamonds, which is another two. I find that intriguing because, once again, it's that coupling, it's that coming together, it's that partnership. Twos are coming together energy, and I do feel like you're one of these people that the important people in your life help complete you. That can be a significant other, that could be a partner, that could be your children, that could be parents, that could be pretty much anybody, but it's that connection that matters a lot to you. That's what brings you down to earth. It's what you live for on this earth. We do have the Hope banner, and we also have the key here, which has a cross in it, which one of the things I'm going to say here with the number 7 and with the cross key is, I think one thing that will help you in this lifetime a lot is your connection with spirit. It's getting that connection and that faith going. I feel like maybe a lot of you guys don't feel as strongly with spirit as maybe you would like to, or that you don't have a really strong faith to hold on to or to turn to in times of crisis and trouble and other things. I feel like you guys kind of have forgone that. Maybe you felt like, Spirit, God wasn't there for you, or maybe you felt like it wasn't necessary or whatever. But I do feel like you need to connect with the universe on that level. However you need to do that. I think that will help you in your life's journey. That will help you through any other trials and tribulations that might come forward in the future. I think that might help you a lot. So I think that that's kind of the next thing on your agenda. I think it's the next thing is finding your connection with spirit, and finding your place in the world, and in that world, in the spiritual realm, finding your spot in it, I think is going to be very important for you. So I think that's something that you guys should be thinking about and be doing. All right, let's go on to our oracle spheres. And if you're unfamiliar with these, basically you ask a yes or no type of question, and then you pick a stand. We have 4 different stands. We have green, blue, bronze, and purple. And when you ask your question, it needs to be able to have a type of answer like yes, no, maybe, probable, very likely, unlikely, things like that. Those types of answers. And then you get your question and you pick a stand for your answer to appear on, and then we go and we get our answers. So we have the green, the blue, the bronze, and the purple stand, okay? And then we will go and get those answers. All right. The number 1 green is not likely. The number 2 blue is also not likely. The number 3 bronze is very likely. And then the number 4 purple is a yes. All right, so the number 1 green is for not likely. Number 2 blue is not likely. Number 3 bronze is very likely. And the number 4 purple is a yes. So there's our oracle sphere answers for this week. Wow, okay, well, there were some interesting things written here about you guys. Hopefully you found the messages interesting and useful to you. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Also, if you could leave us comments in the comments section, I really appreciate looking at all of those. I really like it when you guys comment. Also, check out our other videos on the channel. There's lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of topics, and they might be of use to you. All right, guys, we Look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Remember, these are messages that are, or things written about you in the Akashic records. So we're going to find out what they have to say about you, one or two points about your personality or what's gone on in your past lives, that kind of thing. And we've got our tarot deck here, the Arcanum Tarot. We're going to be shuffling on camera with that. We also have our charms. And then we also are going to do our oracle sphere, so you could be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to. And so let's get right to it here and see what we've got. We're going to shuffle on camera, but I don't do this very often because I'm usually quite sloppy at it, as you can see. It usually takes a bit of a workout to get my readings picked here. I usually end up dropping the deck half the time. And nope, not that card. That card. We have the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Wands. Interesting. Okay. We have the Two of Pentacles. Got a little something to say here before you get any more cards. I feel like you guys see threats everywhere. I think you've been hurt quite a few times by people that you've trusted in the past. You're not sure who to trust sometimes. You're not sure if you can trust them. You feel like you need to protect yourself, wall yourself off, block yourself from problems. I think this is kind of a long line of issues that you've had in past lives. I think you've had one thing coming out at me really specifically is that some of you guys, I think, had a very close friend take something important from you. I think even some of you even had maybe a close friend maybe even hurt you in some way, like maybe even stab you or kill you, or, I mean, really intense stuff going on here. I'm kind of seeing. This is in some past life stuff. This is some stuff that's affecting you now. Even if you haven't had a lot of these kind of energies happen in this lifetime, you're worried about it happening. And I think some of you have even had some of this happen in this lifetime. You've had some very close people to you give you some problems or some issues or do something against you. And you feel a great need to protect yourself. You'd like to be a little bit more carefree. You'd like to be a little less rigid, but you're just not sure how. But I do think maybe there's some stuff going on here that we might be able to help with that. I think there's some things. I think this is important to be brought up because I think there might be some messages here to help you through that whole energy. We have the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords. Okay. The Five of Swords is some more of that protective energy. It's some more of that feeling like you need to fight off problems and things. But the Two of Cups is more of a connective energy. And it's interesting how you have the Two of Pentacles as well. The twos to me are very much of a coming together energy. They're very much of a partnership energy. And I feel like it is time to let some of that protective veil drop a little bit. A little bit of that protectiveness kind of ease up, because I think that somebody very important in your life that you can trust is just around the corner or is in your life right now and needs that opportunity from you to show that they can be trusted and that they are good for you. I feel like you need to do your best to let your guard down just a little. I mean, we understand why it's there, and we don't want you to get rid of it entirely, because there could be, good reasons to keep it up. But you need to let it drop enough to realize that not everybody that you know is out to get you, and not everybody that you come in contact with is going to hurt you. That there are people in your life and that will act in your best interest or at least along with you. Okay, so I think it's a really important message for you to know, because it's written that you've had this issue and that you've had this problem, but that also there are people out there that can help you through this. Okay, see, and then we've got the Ten of Pentacles, and to me, the tens are kind of the ultimate achievement. They're kind of the ultimate whatever. And with the Pentacles, that's the earthly energy. That's the earthly happiness. That's almost as good as the Ten of Cups when it comes to emotional happiness. And I do see it as great abundance and great, feeling of well-being and that kind of thing coming about there. So I do feel like it is in the cards for you. I feel like it is in store for you if you just are willing to let that happen. And I do think that you are willing, because I think it is written that you do let that happen for you. Oh, got two cards want to come out here. We have the High Priestess and the Page of Wands. See, that shows you right there, because we've got the High Priestess, which is, that ultimate reaching spiritual energy. She's kind of, when I think of her, I think of somebody who's at peace with the world and with the energies around her. She knows how to utilize her energy. She has a great connection with spirit. She knows the right answers. And I feel like if you follow your intuition or whatever, that you'll know that it's okay to let your guard down with the people that you choose to. Also, the Page of Wands, I see that as being that person that can make you feel that energy of letting your guard down because they're on your side, kind of energy. So that's what I'm getting with the page there as well. So I really feel like this is an important message for you guys. The other two piles, we said some things, we had some things, but for you guys, I really feel like this message was meant to be a way for you to realize that you can change things up and do things better. That, it doesn't have to stay the way it is. And so I just feel like that's an important message for you guys, and I wanted to get that out for you. So, wow. I'm hoping, that sounds exciting. I really hope that you guys can do that. Because, I think that personal connection, and this doesn't have to be a love connection, by the way. The twos are just partnerships. The twos are just close friends, close people. They can be love connections. They can be, but they could just be close friends. Somebody you consider family, somebody that you can rely on, that you can go to when you're in trouble, that you can talk things out with, you can be partners with, that kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, although for some of you, I'm sure it is. So there you go. Let's go ahead and move on to our charms and see if there's any other messages. And then we'll also look at our oracle spheres as well. All right. Get a really good shake-up of the charms and see, wow, not very many charms. Okay. We do have the horseshoe, which is really interesting because it also has the green thing on it, which is a money type of symbol. Green symbolizes money in a lot of ways. It also is good luck. And the horseshoe also came up. So I feel like you guys have some good luck coming your way. We also have the Key of Pentacles, which is you have the key to your earthly desires, to, the Ten of Pentacles energy that we were talking about earlier. You have the key. Oh, you have the magic wand. That's interesting. That showed up in another reading as well. And that has not shown up in any readings in the recent past that I can think of. So that's really cool. What I get from the magic wand in your guys' reading, the energy from it, is that you guys can manifest the type of future that you want. You have that ability, you have that power. The High Priestess shows that you do. And we also have the fan, which to me also shows innovation, new ideas, and so forth. So I do feel like you guys can bring about change and have some closer relationships. We have an L and an R. For some reason, I thought the word Laura. When I saw that, I don't know why. That might be specifically being called out to some of you guys. But also, it might just be initials. It might words might pop into your head when you see those. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and think about that yourself. We did have a few cards I picked up here, so let's see what we've got. We do have the Ten of Spades energy. What I like about it being the 10, oftentimes the Ten of Spades, it's the Ten of Swords, and usually it's depicted by somebody being totally stabbed and beaten down and you know, on their last dying breath or possibly even dead from a battle and so forth. And I do feel like you guys have been going through a lot of that. That's, you know, why you feel like you have all this protective energy. But with it being the 10, that also symbolizes to me that that's now at an end. That's now, it's time to move on past that. That, yeah, you have had all that energy, you have had all that happen, but now it's time to move forward because the 10s are the completion energy. So it's really cool that that showed up in your reading. We also have the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Hearts. And once again, those are moving towards the completion energy. They're also the very much of, you know, reaching the fulfillment stage of both hearts and pentacles. So that means in relationships and in your monetary life as well, or in just your earthly desires, what you are thinking about as far as earth goes. So the fact that you have 2 9s there and that's moving you forward towards the completion and towards your ultimate happiness, I really like that. I really think that that's awesome that that showed up. You also have one other card that I just dropped here. It's the Two of Hearts, which is the Two of Cups energy, and I think that's really cool that that showed up again because it just reinforces the idea that that person is there and is out there for you. They might already even be in your life, and that you just need to let them in, and that you have that really positive energy, and that they can really help you feel fulfilled in this life. They can really help you feel you know, like you've gotten everything that you've ever wished for or ever wanted. Also, with the magic wand, I also feel like you guys can manifest pretty much anything you want in this world. You just have to be thinking about what you would like to have, how you would like your life to be, and start feeling that energy, start feeling what it's like to have all those things. And those are going to start coming to you, because I really feel like you're at a pivotal cusp in your life right now. You're at a pivotal stage where the kinds of things that you've been wanting can happen for you. So lots of important messages in pile 3 today. So I'm really hoping you guys take that to heart. Okay. We are going to go on to our oracle spheres. And how that works is you think of a yes or no question. Basically, anything that you would like an answer to that has a yes or no type of answer. It can be yes, no, maybe, probable, not now, very likely, things like that. Those are the kind of answers that we get. Then we have 4 different stands. We have green, blue, bronze, and purple. And you pick which stand you would like your answer to appear on, and then we'll go out and get our answers. All right, so the number 1 green is probable. The number 2 blue is very likely. The number 3 bronze is not now. And the number 4 purple is very likely. All right, so the number 1 green is probable. The number 2 blue is very likely. The number 3 bronze is not now. And the number 4 purple is very likely. So there's your oracle sphere answers. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of this reading. It was very useful to you. I enjoyed doing it. I really like the messages that came through, that things can work out well for you. So I really like that. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up and leave comments in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and to share the channel with your friends and family. Don't forget to put that link on your social media accounts for us. Please remember to check out our other videos, and we will look forward to seeing you again in any future videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.